Hello everyone. So I'd like to tell you all a little bit of a story today. So basically I used to not hang out with all the best people, right? Probably not very good people at all. So basically we used to do a lot of naughty things such as, like minor stealing. And keep in mind, I was like 12 at the time. So yeah, so we used to do things like like they would drag me into their little like fucking um shit little like stealing like small things and stuff like that. Like nothing really big or really like anything too serious. Just like stupid things. So like that. Well, I remember one day they were like, "Hey dude, so we heard that in the mail from one of our friends that sometimes you can find like like birthday money and shit like that." And so they were like, all right, so let's go fucking go through people's mail. Stupid idea, by the way, never do that. And fucking steal it all, right? So sorry for my language, it's just was really stupid idea. So, I was like, I don't know about that, guys. Like, that's not such a good idea. And they were like, nah, dude, don't be a fucking pussy. What are you, a fucking pussy? Is what they said. Literally, they said exactly that. So I was like, no, dude, no, I'm not a fucking pussy, dude. Like, all right, I'll do it, I'll do it. And so they were like, all right, man. So what we gotta do is we're gonna wait for everyone to go, and we're just gonna fucking go in there and steal all the shit. And I was like, oh, dude, that sounds like a pretty asshole move. And they were like, well, we can't get caught. So everything that we don't like, we're just gonna straight up throw in the trash. And I was like, dude, no, man, that's like horrible. Like, what the hell, dude? And so at this point, you know, I knew that there was really no way out of this. Well, in my head, I thought that there was no way out of this. So I was just like, alright, fine, fine. I will do this. And then I was like, alright, I can do this, I can do this. So what happened what happens is basically we go and we start stealing the mail. I don't really steal anything, to be honest. I'm just kind of there sitting, and I feel really uncomfortable about the whole entire thing, right? It's not something that I was really looking forward to doing. Like on your days off, you don't really think about stealing people's shit for the most part, unless you're a weirdo. So they were throwing away people's mail. And like I was like, some of those might be important. Those might be people's fucking like taxes and shit like that. And like they didn't care or anything. So they keep going. They don't really listen to me. Um, and then these people come down and basically they're like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" And they come up to us, and my friends like just they don't move, they don't run, so they just stay there, and I'm just still too because I was like gonna try to say sorry and shit like that and be like, I'm so sorry, dude. I'm really not a part of this. I had nothing to do with this. Like, please don't drag me into this. And they did not care. So what they do is they're like, all right, you boys, you're gonna stay here. We're gonna call the police. And they're like, they're like, what's your name? And since I was nervous at this point, I was just like, my name's Bob Barker. And my friends straight up fucking tell them our names and fucking addresses. Like, are you fucking retarded, dude? And sorry about saying that. I do not actually like believe that it's okay to like shame people who have autism and stuff like that because I work with that. I've had to work with people like that. But the reason that I said that is because they're just really, that was a stupid move. Why would they do that? Honestly, like, you'd think that if they knew that they were going to get in trouble for doing this, they would at least not be as stupid when they're going to drag me down. Because obviously that's what they did. They brought me down with them, and so basically they were like, "Oh, so you lied to us too? So what else are you lying about and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Nothing, nothing, dude. Like honestly, like." And he was like, "Don't call me dude. I'm not a dude." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever." And so he ends up calling the police, and right before the right before the police come, I slip away and I run. I run faster than the fucking wind, dude. No regrets, dude. Honestly, no regrets. I just take off. There's really nothing else I feel like I can do, and I end up running home. Now, for some reason, I didn't think the police were gonna be there, and I wanted to act before the police came to my house. Like, I do not know what happened. Like, I was nothing to do with this at all. So I go, and since I'm like 12, I decide, oh, maybe I can get away with this. And I tell my grandmother that, I had nothing to do with this. I cry a little bit. And we walk back up the hill. Now, at this point, there's a police officer there, and he does not look too happy. He's pretty pissed, and it's actually a police officer I kind of knew. He didn't say that he knew me or anything to anyone else, but I knew him because he showed up to the school a couple times. He was like a dare officer. I'm sure you've all had a couple of those, and he just gives me this bad look. He's like you boys shouldn't be doing this. Like, you know, you guys are young men, not little kids. And we were like, yes sir, just going along with it. And yeah, so that was that. And then, oh, my parents come home, and this is what I really wasn't looking forward to. Like the police officer, not the big deal. It was when I got home. Oh man. So the moral of the story, when I got home, I got the biggest talking to you'll ever see. Like, my parents were infuriated. Rightfully so, it was a stupid move. Yeah, so that happened. And that's pretty much it. Just don't do anything like that, and I'll see you guys next